Kolo Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Shalom to the house of David. By After Wadah, the 144,000, the one-third men, women, and children that are part of the elect, and Israelites scattered to the four corners of the earth, confusion of faces and speaking the different tongues as part of the elect. Basically, World War III, we at the door, man. So Iran to ditch the dollar in wake of Trump's Muslim ban. Because there was 7 countries that got banned too, and Iran was one of them. This is going to further this World War III, man. Because Obadiah Eagle-faced Trump, he's pushing forth this war, man. This is gonna if Iran drops that dollar, you already know what happened, man. Look what happened with Libya, man. You know, with Gaddafi. So all that's gonna be fuel to the fire, man. Alcohol to the fire.
Ban was a good thing. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the program. According to Forbes magazine, Iran is going to drop the dollar in the wake of Trump's Muslim ban. Now, this is what you call a precedent, and other countries are going to start doing the same. And you know what that means? It means the dollar is going to crash. The Iranian government is going to stop using the dollar in its official statements, according to a report in the local English language daily, the Financial Tribune. The decision was announced by Central Bank of Iran Governor Viola Saif during a television interview on the evening of January 29th, and according to the paper, is due to take effect from the start of the new fiscal year on March 23rd. 21st. I don't know why I just said 23rd, because I was thinking of the numerology in my head, actually.
Yeah, matter of fact, 322 is one of the seasons of the weeks. That's when the high Illuminati day, 322, Skull and Bones number. March is the Roman god of war, Martius. And it starts 322. And from 322 all the way to May Day, Illuminati birthday. That's a high, those weeks are high sacrifice weeks, especially the last week going into May Day, Illuminati birthday. That's when big things happen, man. A lot of terrorist attacks happens in that week, in these weeks. Especially that last week going into May.
It will affect all.
And you had also the Archer Ball going in Italy. In I believe 23 or 25, around that time. You know, and the Passovers. We had the time of the Passover, man.
Official financial and foreign exchange. Okay, so how long have we been waiting for the dollar to crash? Quite a while, right? And they just keep propping it up, quantitative easing, 1, QE2.
And this is a way for Trump to pass that travel ban on all Muslims, so that when Iran drops the dollar and becomes a domino effect, when they declare war, they could basically blame the economy on Iran. They could blame it on these other countries, man. It'll be their fault, you know? They make the first move, because everybody's preparing for war. They just tested their missiles to Iran. The whole world's waiting for a world war, man. World War II is from 1939 to 1945, and we're living in the time of World War III. We're in the midst of that, man. So this is for them Arab countries to react. So when the World War III pops off, it could be their fault. It's forcing them, man. Passing all these sanctions, that's war. You're messing up these countries' economy, man. North Korea, with the sanctions.
QE3, you see what I'm saying? This is the plan. This will cause an enormous precedent, and other countries will follow suit, and it's going to lead to war. Or you see what I mean? This is opening the doors up for all sorts of things to happen, because if people stop using the dollar, our dollar, inflation will go through the roof. I guarantee gas prices.
Just like Mexico, it went up, 20% gas hike? So the hell that broke loose over there in Venezuela, that's coming to America. Those are test runs, man.
Jump today because of this. It's going to get ugly, and it'll only affect you and I. The rich people all knew this was coming. This was probably part of Trump's deal. You want to keep your billions? We need you to pretend you're the president for a while, because you're already an actor, right? Unbelievable. It's funny how they bring so much attention to the doomsday clock, but they never ever flash this on the news, do they? Look at this. We are in serious trouble, and this is only the money that they show us. They don't talk about the derivatives and all the other stuff that Wall Street's done with your money over the years. Not at all. This is insanity. Absolutely insane. Unrepayable. And you know who's on the line for all this money? kids.
That's why they're gonna drop the dollar, man. Cause that's what they do, man. They basically they just drop the dollar, and that's their way of implementing that chip, man. That RFID chip, man. That's their way of implementing. They're gonna crash their economy, and then they're gonna implement that RFID chip. It's gonna be the new currency, man. Clean out that debt. That's the only way to clean the debt, because it's impossible to pay, man. It's impossible to pay it.
And kids, I mean, this is absolute insanity. And the Federal Reserve keeps cranking out money, backed up by nothing. I mean, Nixon's the one that shut off the Federal Reserve from using the gold standard, and it's been that way ever since. It was supposed to be temporary, just like everything else, and it continues to this day.
Protect the position of the American dollar as a pillar of monetary stability around the world. In the past 7 years, there's been an average of one international monetary crisis every year. Now, who gains from these crises? Not the working man, not the investor, not the real producers of wealth. The gainers are the international money speculators. Because they thrive on crises, they help to create them. In recent weeks, the speculators have been waging an all-out war on the American dollar. The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the
Secretary is the weakest. It's the weakest.
Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators.
There you go. And you can tell he really meant this. This really came from his heart. You can tell, because he's looking down at his heart so he can read the words to you. This was supposed to be a temporary measure. He's talking to you like, it's me and you against the world. These people, these are just actors, all of them. They're chosen to be put in place. The United States is a corporation.
And this video is made by someone called Richie from Boston. He does the good vids. I'm going to put the link on too.
Has been since the 1800s. That's not a rumor. That's not speculation. That's a legit thing. You see what I'm saying? We've been hoodwinked, and Trump's been brought in to bring the house down. You see what I'm saying? Remember the Economist cover? Exactly. I'll leave you links in the description so you can check this all out for yourself. But this is how wars start. This is exactly how wars start. And how convenient is it that it's Iran? Mm-hmm. Because we never talk about Iran with their nukes and their hatred for Israel. That, you know what I mean? That's just, be prepared, be ready. Richie from Boston.
Yo, hell's about to break loose, man. That's what it is. Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Talk about the RFID chip when the dollar collapsed, and that no man shall buy or sell, say he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 603 score and 666, the RFID chip, mark of the beast, which they're going to implement when they crash this economy, man. This travel ban is just steps for that, man, towards that war, towards that third world war. That's in the scriptures, man. So the Most High is bringing this third world war. You got people that don't want to believe it, but that's on you. The World War III is going to pop up whether you want to believe it or not. Revelations 11, that's right, 11 is destruction. And 14, the second war was past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. The third world's war. 1939, 1945 was World War II. And we're in the midst of World War III. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but they shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So when they collapse that when they collapse the economy, that's gonna cause all hell to break loose out in this country. You see what's happening in Mexico and Venezuela? Those are all test fronts, man. It's what's coming over here. The Brexits, the Britain wants to exit. All these countries want to exit. All these countries want to get away from the dollar bill. And what happens when Gaddafi did that and Saddam Hussein did that? They declared war on them, man. Iraq, with Libya, with Gaddafi, he wanted to put the dinar in the currency, the gold dinar. Look what happened to him, man. Same thing. Isaiah 54 and 16, that's when the missiles are going to fire. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I created the waster to destroy. Let's talk about those nuclear missiles. Those missiles were made to be shot off, man. And America is going to be destroyed. That's going to be the judgment of this empire from Cali to New York, man. Complete desert, America. Babylon. That's how his pay's going to go down. So this Trump, Obadiah Eagle-faced Trump, passing out this travel ban is just steps towards that third world war because his prophecy is in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures that chaos is going to unfold in Babylon. And the RFID chip is going to be implemented. And then ultimately the missiles are going to get shut off. Simultaneously, the Son of Man going to come, Yahweh Shai, with his angels, man, with the chariots, to come to declare his kingdom on earth.